Now, in Hypixel Skyblock, there are a bunch of players that spend hundreds of hours to max out certain skills or stats. So, in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to do just that, except with the Farm and Fortune stat, because yes. So anyways, let's get into it. If you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Anyways, let's go. So, farming fortune is the stat that directly affects how much crops you get whenever you farm. The higher this stat is, the more crops you'll get, which makes farming a lot more profitable. To start off, let's focus on the farming skill. You can level this skill up by simply farming. Now, every player starts off with a base of 100 farming fortune, and the higher level you are in the farming skill, the more base farming fortune you'll get. So eventually, you'll get to farming 60, which you'll have a base farming fortune of 340. Next up, let's talk about pets. Now, currently, there's two main farming pets that are best to use when actually farming. Yes, there are more farming pets, but most of them you don't even use anyways. Now, these two pets are the elephant pet and the rabbit pet. Both are extremely useful. However, rabbit pet does not give you any farming fortune, while the legendary elephant pet does. Therefore, to obtain the max farming fortune, you'll need a level 100 elephant pet, which has to be legendary, by the way. No other rarity does give you the farming fortune. And once you have that, that will grant you 180 farming fortune. So far, we have a level 100 elephant pet, as well as farming 60. Next up is maxing the Anita bonus. Now, the Anita bonus grants you plus 30 farming fortune, which leaves us with 450 fortune. However, we can go even further. Now, if you have a tier 3 Matho blueprint, both of the abilities will give you farming fortune. The logarithmic counter, as you can see, gives you farming fortune for the amount of crops farmed on that hoe. While there is a cap on this, it is basically impossible to get. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to give the farming fortune of a 1 billion counter hoe, as that is the farthest a legit player has actually gone. So this is going to give the player 96 farming fortune. Now, the second ability to a tier 3 hoe is going to be collection analysis, and this gives the user more farming fortune based off your collection. So, the max that collection can go is the 32-bit integer limit, aka 2.147 billion. So, the most farming fortune that you can get for this is going to be 48. Now, a hoe is also able to receive 3 enchants that grant the user farming fortune: cultivating, harvesting, as well as turbo enchants. Now, cultivating 10 grants the user 20 more farming fortune, and harvesting 6 gives the player 75 farming fortune. The last enchant, which is turbo, gives 25 farming fortune if it's level 5. Now, sometimes the turbo 5 enchant is bugged for people. There's no easy way of checking this, but I'm just gonna assume that turbo 5 works for you, so we're gonna add the 25 farming fortune. We can also use the Reforge Bless, which gives the user plus 20 farming fortune, and add that to the total so far. A hoe also has its own buff, which gives the user plus 50 more farming fortune. Now, the last part to maxing your farming fortune is farming for dummies. Each book grants 1 farming fortune, and a hoe can have a max of 5 books. Now, because this is a book that can be applied to basically any hoe, you can actually stack this, which gives you plus 5 for each hoe. So theoretically, if you had an inventory, so 35 extra slots, including your main hoe, and you use each hoe with farming for dummies, you're able to amass a total of 175 farming fortune, if you had a full inventory, of course. Finally, this is something you can't really control, but there's a slight chance, around 10.49% of a chance, that you'll get extra crops. And now percentages are converted into farming fortune, so that's 10.49 farming fortune if you're lucky. So we're going to add that to the total, because eventually you're probably going to get that bonus, and even though it doesn't last forever, it's still, I guess, added to the total, because why not? So, yeah. So, with all of these buffs, the max amount of farming fortune a player can get is 1,049. Now, there's no actual way of checking this, as you can only get certain buffs from actually farming, and you're not able to check your stats while farming, really. So, yeah, I can't exactly show you, but I can confirm that this is true. So, yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much the video. Thank you so much if you stayed to the end, or if you just skipped to the end. I don't know how you do things. And if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. I have a Discord down below if you're into that, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.